Hi, my name is Jon Maness, and I'm going to be running a game called Kobolds Ate My Baby. Back in 2005, they put out an edition, Super Deluxe Edition, which was in hardback form. And, well, that just that was pretty much it for a while, until 2013. This year, they did a successful Kickstarter, and the end result is this new edition, Kobolds Ate My Baby, in color, with tons of new artwork from John Kovalik, and, that's right, color. But enough about me for right now. These are the people who will be unwittingly playing my game. You can introduce yourself however you want.
Okay. Hi, I'm Hillary. I'm the pregnant lady.
I'm Jason. Hello.
I'm Clayton.
I'm Mary.
I'm Lauren.
I'm Liz.
Alright, so let's get into this game, shall we? First off, have any of you here ever played Kobolds Ate My Baby? Look, a lot of you have. Some of you have even played it under me. Has anybody here ever played the new edition of it?
Yes. Because I played it at
That's
King Con, right?
You did. You played it at King Con.
We had all this new stuff.
That's right. I'd almost forgot about that. I don't know how I almost forgot about that. All right. Well, first off, can anybody here tell me what a kobold is?
It's a little fuzzy dog-like creature.
That's correct. It's a very small, little, usually orange furred dog-like creature. They have, as you can see from the little miniatures and stuff, and from some of the pictures and the books and such. Here, Jason, you can actually have that. Over half of their body is taken up by their heads, and over half of the, more than half of their heads is really taken up by their mouth and their teeth.
Kind of like, it's kind of like that.
Maybe you can see it.
I like that, yes. What this means is kobolds, that doesn't really leave a lot of space in their head for a brain. So they tend to be very, very stupid. They have these big mouths, and they're also very hungry. They like to eat things. What can a kobold eat?
Anything that will fit in its mouth.
That's
and
right.
Fit is
Relative.
yeah. Relative to effort.
That's correct. They'll eat anything that can fit into their mouth. And they usually try to eat things that probably won't fit into their mouth too. So, all right, kobolds all live in a cave, and in this cave they live under the rulership of the biggest, fattest of all of the kobolds, King Torg.
All hail King Torg!
Let's see if we can get King Torg up here.
All hail King Torg.
All have you heard.
All Hail King.
Now,
Hail King Torg.
Now, a lot of people have just heard you guys all shout out All Hail King Torg, which brings us to the very first important rule of this game. Whenever somebody mentions King Torg,
All hail King Torg!
all the kobolds have to yell out All Hail King Torg.
All hail King Torg!
Jason, what happens if they don't yell out All Hail King Torg?
All hail King Torg!
That would be a death check.
That's true. You would be a death check. If you notice on your character sheets, over on the right-hand side, there's going to be a little line that goes down that says Kobold Horrible Death Record. Don't let that name, discourage you or anything. It doesn't really mean anything. Now, if I said, "Oh, King Torg's in there," and somebody had not said "All Hail King Torg," then they would earn a death check, which means they would put a check on the first little box, or whichever box is not filled in, the first box that is not filled in. And then something wonderful and fun will happen. It usually requires some dice being rolled, but we'll get into that in a little bit. Right now you see you have these character sheets. They are completely blank and they are laminated. The reason I've laminated the character sheets is because if your kobold, I had it right the first time. When your kobold dies, you'll probably need to make a new kobold so that he can continue whatever sort of craziness is going on with these kobolds. As you see on the kobold sheet, we have 4 stats. We have brawn, ego, I forgot what it is, extraneous, and reflexes. The reason for this, this game is built off of something called the beer and pretzel engine. And if you notice, the actual stats actually spell out the word beer.
Do we put the money?
That's pretty clever, right? Mm-hmm. And pretzel stands for, it doesn't really stand for anything. It's just pretzels are fun to eat, especially when you're drinking lots of beer.
That's right.
So, we have the beer and pretzel engine. So let's get into these stats. How do we make these stats? What you're going to do is you're going to roll 2d6 You're going to add the numbers together, and you're going to write that down under brawn. Okay, so let's go ahead and do this right now. As I say, and if you don't want to use the big, it's perfectly fine.
They tend to fall
They
down.
tend to fall under the table.
Ooh, there we go.
Alright, so you've read the number under brawn. Go ahead and do that again for ego, extremis, and reflex. A quick breakdown on sort of how physically beefy your kobold is. Ego is how, relatively speaking, smart your kobold is. Extraneous is a completely useless stat that doesn't really mean anything or cover anything, which will probably be ignored. And reflexes is sort of how quick and agile your kobold is. So that's pretty cool, right? Do we have some stats going on here?
Reflexes
About
is
as
3.
average and mediocre as you can possibly get them.
So okay, so your character is very, very beefy, kind of smart,
But slow.
but kind of slow. Okay. And over here we have a kobold that's almost. Oh my gosh, your character has a lot of extraneous and ego going on. Whatever that means.
I'm super
Your kobold's very beefy, not too shabby in the reflexes department.
Not so good on the ego though.
Well,
Not bad.
it's okay.
Could be.
And Clay's is.
Average,
I see a lot of 7s and 6s there.
It's not
And,
quite so dirt, but you know.
wow. We've all got some fairly beefy, like physically beefy kobolds here, if nothing else. Alright. You see beef. You see these speaking of beef, like the way I did this segue, you'll notice underneath brawn there's something that says meat.
Oh.
And you notice there's also something that says cunning that's underneath ego, and you have luck, and you have something called agility. In this new edition, they're called quasi-stats. I prefer calling them statlings, just because that sounds funny. So what we're going to do is we need to figure out what these are. If only we had some sort of handy chart that would help us out. Oh, I do! It's this handy chart right here. It's not on your character sheets, because haha. What I'll do is I'll read out a number, and I'll tell you what the qualifying statling is, and you can fill those out accordingly on your sheets. Okay. Now, when it comes to the time where you have to make a new character, you'll totally have access to this, which will have information on how to choose your skills and the little handy chart, all that fun stuff. And I've got another one here in case multiple kobolds die at a time. Not that would ever happen in this game. All right. So, if your stat is a 1 through 4, your handy number, as they call it here, or your statling, will be a 1. If you have a 5 through 8, the statling will be a 2. If you have a 9 through a 12, your statling will be a 3. And if you have a 13 through 16, your statling will be a 4. Does anyone have a 13 through 16?
No, we only did
Roll.
2 die.
Yeah.
That was a test. It's a test. All right. So we got our stats, we got our little statlings, and now we have these things over here. Look, oh, we got these things called skills. You see, they line up and correspond with the different stats. Here's how we're going to choose our skills. You can choose when you choose. You're going to get to choose your own skills, and you'll put a little check mark by the skill that you want for yourself. Okay, that's kind of cool. You get to choose up to 6 skills, but there's some stipulations here. 6 skills, or as high as your ego if your ego is lower than a 6. So, like for example, Mary, your character has an ego of 5, so you would only get to choose 5 skills. Now, because kobolds do not have a very high attention span, you'll have to choose at least 1 skill from each category before you can choose another skill in that same category. All right. There is an every kobold skill on there called cook, because at some point in a kobold's life you spend time in, with, or around a cooking pot. So you have to choose this skill. Now, if you don't choose this skill, I know I said you have to, but if you don't, you earn a death check, and your kobold will taste like a baby. I don't know what that means exactly, but we'll find out. So does anybody here want to not choose skill, or want to not choose cook? Wow, that
I'll
was...
take cook.
I'll take good.
That's fine.
Okay. You just let me know if you choose not to take it. and I'll probably laugh maniacally. And
The 3 flags. Steam tokens.
Alright, so you guys are going to choose your skills. Some of the skills have exclamation points beside them. These means these are dangerous skills. It means anytime you use this skill, you will earn a death check. But something wonderful and amazing will happen. There's a skill in there called Tinker, I think it is, which does not have an explanation beside it. I think that's a trick, because it is actually a dangerous skill.
Start of the game turn. Teams of the hour.
Okay, there's explanations on the back of the sheet if you want to know what the different skills are. And that's fine, you can go and look at them. For the most part, the names are exactly what they sound like.
But the crossmasters
And I also I recommend the just blindly choosing skills personally.
If you're not inspired, and
Good point.
the refund rule allows you to get precious promise.
And you said 6?
Yes, 6. Yeah, your ego's high, so you can choose 6 skills.
The active player rolls 2 dice. If they roll doubles, the tension rises and each player takes one
Okay.
of those.
Now, there's another rule for choosing skills, which is if anyone tells you to hurry up when you're making your kobold, you must be thinking too hard, so take a death check. If you find yourself right now thinking about ways around this rule, take a death check.
Okay.
Okay. So for right now, we are on what's called easy mode, which means any death checks you earn right now, you'll put them on the sheet, but we won't roll for a horrible death just yet. But once we get into the game, we'll go into hard mode, and then every time you get a death check, something wondrous and amazing will happen.
Different crossmasters or placing them on the same
Probably me laughing.
Each dice can earn the powerful.
All sorts of crazy stuff happens.
So the fireball gives you the critical hit power for the turn. The shield gives you the armor power for the turn.
I just like reading these because they're funny to read.
They are funny.
Really?
While they're choosing their skills, I just want to say that if you get the book, and you should get the book, you can actually get it through Drive-Thru RPG. I think you can order it through Ninth Level Games website.
The remaining dice will be then exchanged for comments.
And even if you never play the game or GM the game, the book is a fun read. And all the art is by John Kobolds from Dork Storm Press, Dork Tower fame. And you may know him from some little card game called Munchkin or something like
Each
that.
crossmaster one by one in order of your timeline from left to right.
Yes, that was me hamming it up to the camera just now.
Once your first character turns over, you move on to...
Wow, when you only have 3 skills to pick, you spend a little time waiting.
Just reading what all these ones with exclamation points do. If they cause you to have a death check, they must be important.
You're thinking
Or at
too
least
hard. Take a
interesting.
death check.
What?
Death check.
I hate you people.
Wow.
She's my sister.
I know. I love you.
Why am I in between the two? I'm just asking.
That was
for
your
it.
last.
The blood's gonna get all over you. No, it won't be that bad.
I do look good.
Or will it? It won't be. Or will it? Okay. So has everybody chosen their skills?
Yep.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
Now, did anybody choose a skill called either S-Human or S-Critter?
Nope.
No. Okay. Well, if you did, that means you can speak human or you can speak critter, and we get to choose a certain number of words that you can learn. But nobody chose that, so that's perfectly fine. Did anybody choose the skill lackey?
Yeah.
Nobody chose lackey. Wow.
Mine's an exclamation point.
I rolled.
You don't have to be smart to
You know
choose
what?
the
I'll
lackey.
Well, I know.
choose speak human.
Okay. You chose speak human. You know a number of human words equal to your ego score.
Yes, I know 10 words.
So write them down on your character sheet, wherever you feel like you want to write them down.
These are the only 10 you can use.
The book tells you to write down the back, but clearly there's no
Oh.
room on the back. Oh, you broke the crayon. No, that's fine. It was probably.
Maybe.
Do you want another crayon?
No.
I got a really cool yellow one over here.
A green one that works pretty well.
Yeah, the green one works fairly. Oh, she's fine. It's like, no, I'm gonna use the red one. Damn it.
I'll take Lackey.
You're gonna choose lackey. Okay. Your kobold spends some time working for, in, or with a evil wizard. In? What the hell? Okay. Evil wizard apprentice. This means you've learned a spell. Cool. We get to determine what your random spell is, which I've put on these cards. And as you see, these spells are all very wild and free. Cute little kid on the back.
Aww.
Aww.
Oh, I know
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ah, boss, they're adorable.
Ah.
They look tasty.
Yes.
Alright.
Higher or lower better?
Pick a card, any card. You can choose to share it with the other players if you want to. You don't have to.
When you have your character selected,
You can just share it with them when you cast your spell.
Gotcha. How many characters do you usually start with? You get a good spell?
We're gonna start with 40.
They're all good spells. What are you talking about?
So just shuffle that up and deal as each
It's like, I got the most confusing spell. I got the funniest spell. Oh, that's right, you've got a really high ego rating, so you're choosing lots of...
Yeah,
Like
I have
lots of
to
words.
10.
10 of them.
That's like all the words.
Sorry, look at the 2 words.
Okay, 4. There's only 8 characters.
They're baby, no, fuck, now, meet, give, go, chicken, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
Remember,
7, 8. 2 more.
They do like alcoholic beverages as well.
Booze.
Booze and Torg.
All hail
Oh,
King Torg.
So you know the human word for Torg,
All hail King Torg.
which I'm pretty sure is just Torg.
All hail King Torg.
That's fine. No, that's cool. Okay. Awesome. All right, what's the next thing we should do? Let's, okay, you've got a little thing on your character sheet that says hits. This is, in some games we would call these hit points, but in this game we're going to call them hits. Just because. This is how much damage your kobold can take before they just kind of croak. It's going to be equal to your brawn rating for right now.
Yay!
This will change once you start taking damage and other fun stuff will happen. Alright. Let's see, what should we do now? Okay, we have this thing here. We have a little place here for, looks like, edges and boogies. So let's randomly choose our edges and bogeys. Normally there's a chart we can roll on where we can randomly determine it, but I have a much more interesting method. Or scientific method, that's right. Alright, edges are going to be in the bucket that has a little kobold holding up a beer. And the bogeys are going to be in the one that has a picture of a little kobold holding up an elephant. So what I'll do is pass it around, draw one out at random, stick it on your character sheet. Yes. Give it a shuffle. And I'll start this one over here. Draw one out, put it on your character sheet. And on the back of your sheet, it could give descriptions of what type of edges and bogeys, what they actually do, all that fun stuff.
There you go.
Hilarious.
Well, it makes sense with
the proper
this.
lexicon.
It's,
What is-
best
it's
lexicon.
appropriate.
In heat.
There you go. Edges.
You can communicate to humans that you have this problem.
Oh, and my edge is bouncy.
That's strangely,
Appropriate.
that works well. Yeah, so that's an awesome combo right there.
I am foul smelling.
So everyone's got their edges and bogeys. I'll just keep this over here.
I'm brownie and
Dogs have begun to notice. Oh my god.
What does it mean that I have a red thumb?
It's on the back.
What red thumb means is you're really good with fires, working with fires and stuff. And so you take less damage from fires.
Wow.
It's like green thumb, but like, yeah, because it's red thumb.
Good. I got a good combination.
So what kind of characters are we looking at? What edges and bogey wise? What are we looking at over here?
Nice.
We have a bouncy kobold that tastes like babies.
A foul-smelling
Foul-smelling
troll-blooded
kobold
kobold.
with troll blood.
Another troll-blooded animal foe.
Animal foe. Okay.
I'm also troll-blooded and foul smelling.
What's with all the troll blood around here?
I don't know. Did
Your parents got all kinds of freaky.
because they were in heat.
Kobold Key Party.
And your kobold is bouncy and in heat. And yours is a red thumb.
and tastes like baby.
Tastes like baby.
But what's good is ego is what you roll against in heat. So, and my ego is super high.
Okay.
Church turns 50.
Maybe I won't hump the leg of every cow I see.
We'll see. Alright.
Just the chickens.
So now, as you see on your character sheet, there's still some more things we got to fill out here. There's there's something worn, and then you have two paws. You have your right paw, and you have your wrong paw. Kobolds can only carry things in these two paws. That's it. If at any point you have something that says it's big and it'll say
Resolve
plus
them
big
now.
beside or minus big beside it, means you have to use 2 paws to hold
If
it.
several effects are triggered at the same time,
Anytime you go to, you're not allowed to really pick up anything in more than just 2 paws. If you are carrying anything in more than 2 paws, and then something magic and wonderful will happen.
Uh-oh.
Move all face up.
You'll usually have to just drop something to the ground. You'll have to make that decision.
Okay, so
A really tough decision in Kobold's life. So, before you're kicked out of the cave, you're randomly assigned some gear. Usually a weapon, or just some random item, and something that you can wear.
activation phase, then your character moves when they're empty.
Maybe some Skittles, who knows? Is it drug for a slit tooth?
Product placement, yay!
Alright,
I don't see how you could wear those though.
so we have some items you could choose from. You could choose from a basic weapon.
Not save them for another
You
turn.
can choose a ranged weapon, or if you want to be daring, you can choose a dangerous elite soldier's weapon.
Don't have to spend any at all.
So, first off, who wants to choose a basic weapon? Basic little stinky old weapon.
I think, yeah.
Okay.
Do you want a basic weapon?
Sure.
Alright, choose a basic weapon.
Empty tokens.
I'll take a basic range weapon.
Oh, look who's getting ahead of the game.
A basic ranged weapon. Alright, so you chose or rather you got I can't even see what that
This
says.
is
Is it random?
Kitchen
You
knife.
got a kitchen knife.
I drew it randomly. That's what I'm supposed to do, right?
Yep. Does anybody else want a basic weapon?
And take a ranged one.
I want a dangerous weapon.
A dangerous weapon,
brawny.
too.
Dangerous weapon.
What'd you end up with, Clay?
A rock.
You got a rock.
There's a cat for it.
I got
take
a
it.
rock.
I have a slingshot.
You have a slingshot.
Ow.
Alright. And the rest of you went dangerous elite soldier's weapons. That's pretty cool. Guess what? You earned a death check by choosing
Yay.
something out of this book.
Can I choose that from my other book?
No, unfortunately you cannot.
Don't worry, there's other dangerous gear you can take.
I mean, you could probably find one off of a dead kobold or something. I'm sure there's bound to be 1 or 2 of those around. Soon.
Very soon.
Very soon.
A large bone.
Alright. Is that big?
That is big.
Alright, that means you have to hold it in both paws.
Both.
Ooh, I got
Both paws.
iron skillet.
An iron skillet. Awesome.
A heavy club.
Ooh, very cool. And very heavy.
Let's go.
Alright, and you should see some of these weapons will have either something that says negative something or plus something. They have little edges and bogeys as well. For example, the kitchen knife has minus
Bogey.
It's razor.
razor. I believe that means if you miss with it, you're more likely that you might accidentally slice yourself. It's not going to be on the back of the character sheet. It's just it's in some sort of obscure rule book that's got some expansion and stuff. Yeah, that's got.
Very nice.
Did I mention you could buy that from Drive-Thru RPG? And
Just a little.
just a little? Okay.
Once or twice.
All right. Now we have some other. We don't put it on right now. We have gear. We have 2 different types of gear: either basic gear or dangerous expert trader's gear.
Expert trader.
Well, first off, who wants some basic gear?
I'll take just basic.
Basic gear.
I'll take basic gear.
All right. We'll start it over here. I'll work it back around this way. So the rest of you want some dangerous gear?
Sure.
Sure, why not?
Okay.
Oh, if you choose dangerous gear, guess what you've earned?
That
That check.
Here, pass that.
Not surprised.
I cannot carry any more gear, so
Who else gets dangerous gear?
Me.
I determine what order you got. Does not determine how far you move. That's 10 feet.
It's all the dangerous gear been divvied around. Alright, what sort of what sort of dangerous gear did we get? What sort of gear did we get?
I have a cup of milk elemental summoning.
That's right.
I
If
got
you
the
come-
exact same thing.
If you come across a source of milk, you can use it to summon a milk elemental
Take up a combo by spending 1 action point.
from the plane of dairy.
from the plane of dairy. Yes, the elemental
Demi-plane.
demi-plane of dairy,
I got a 25-foot hemp rope.
Nice. which is all nice, neat, and coiled up.
But then it won't be.
But until once you use it.
I
What?
have a sack of spices,
Ah, okay.
which lets me
Gallon glory.
I can do it with a 3 dice cook roll and make a meal that will restore 1d6 hits.
That's pretty cool. You got another cup of milk elemental summoning. You decided I'm not going to pick up any gear because...
Well, I have my large bone.
Because I had a large bone. I don't need gear. I got a large bone. And what did Hillary end up with?
Belly button lint.
Belly button lint! Do you have the nature skill?
Nope.
Alright, that means you got belly button lint.
Yay.
I got belly button
If you
lint.
have the nature skill, is belly button lint good for something?
Then you get to redraw.
Oh, okay.
Because you might have some idea that it's not worth anything.
Because clearly I cannot eat the belly button lint in front of me. Alright, now we have some armor, because they're not going to just send you out by, naked, although they might. We have basic armor, or we have some dangerous seasoned veterans armor.
Furthermore, you can cast
Who
Veterans.
wants some basic armor?
Basic.
Basic armor, alright. Here.
I don't know. Jay, do you think I should grab some veterans armor?
Live dangerously.
Dangerously? Okay.
I think it goes without saying that if you choose some
Yes.
dangerous veterans armor, you earn a death check.
Basically.
I'll start the danger.
Check.
I'll start
Wait,
the
what's this?
danger zone over here.
Would you say it's a zone?
In which there is danger.
It's the dangerous armor.
Very
5
nice.
AP to punch.
Oh, jeez.
What'd you get?
I have some.
Oh, goodness.
I have something I can't carry.
Uh-oh.
Is it a shield?
It is a big, bulky kite shield.
Ah, well, you got a choice now. Your little kobold's got a choice to make.
Yeah.
I think his choice was made.
Yeah. I still get the second death check, though.
Crossmaster.
Yes.
Awesome.
You still earn that second death check. Alright, so let's see what type of armor we got over here. We got a leather apron. Leather apron acts like a backpack, which means you can actually hold an extra item by stuffing it in the backpack. That's pretty cool.
Nice.
Your character has a
Chain vest.
Okay.
Which is minus jangly?
Jangly. That means it's, when you
Oh,
try
I
to sneak
can't
up, it's
stealth.
going to be...
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you can try.
I have a hoodie.
You got a hoodie. Awesome.
Leather jacket, plus font.
Which is plus Fonzie.
I still have my bone.
Yes, it's okay. I want large bone.
I have kids'
We've
clothes.
got kids' clothes. So you've got kids' clothes, belly button lint, and a slingshot.
I'm Dennis the Menace.
And you taste like baby. So we got a kind of theme going on.
Uh-oh.
Did we, John, were you going to explain about the tasting like baby?
I will.
Okay, I didn't want to jump ahead.
No, that's fine. Thank you for bringing that up. Each of the kobolds, every kobold starts with a few other edges and bogies kind of already built into your kobold. It's kind of a neat little thing. It's sort of a, we'll call it a racial trait. Kobolds all have this one bogey, which is taste like chicken. They all taste like chicken. Because kobolds are the number 3 most tastiest thing in the entire known world. The number 2 most tastiest thing in the entire, because kobolds all taste like chickens. That's why they're so tasty. The number 2 most tastiest thing in the entire world is chickens. And the number 1 most tastiest thing in the entire known world
So you can choose
is babies.
random face down.
Some of you kobolds have this.
That would be the appropriate range.
Some of you kobolds have a bogey that tastes like baby, which means your kobolds are even tastier than a regular kobold. Congratulations. I'm sure everybody will be dying to meet you.
Invite you to dinner.
Invite you to dinner. You have such a tasty looking
Face down,
backside there.
That's what he said.
Delicious. Alright. So if you see, armor has its own little separate thing of hits. You can actually indicate that further down on the sheet, because when you take damage, that's right, when you take damage, it will come out of the armor first. Once the armor's hits have been reduced to 0, the armor crumbles away, it falls apart. And everybody will laugh at you because you're probably naked.
Oh no.
I mean, unless you've got a really good, I don't know,
Like a really big
extraneous stat. Yeah, unless you've got a really good bow, in which case they might not laugh at you.
Don't underestimate
They
it.
might go, oh my.
Down in the top right corner. Yeah.
Which kind of oh my was that?
Oh my.
Oh my.
You gotta do the full too.
Oh my. Yeah, okay. Yeah,
Oh my.
I'm not going to turn it into a game where we're just doing that. As funny as that would be.
Those are 2 words, right?
What? Oh, and my. They are now. Scribble, scribble, scribble. Okay. So, you see, there's another thing on this character sheet. It's called VP, which is victory points. You gain victory points by, primarily by beating up stuff. You could like also get them from completing objectives, which I say in air quotes. For you goal-oriented kobolds. But mainly from beating up other things.
Boost is discarded after use.
You get victory points. And you could spend victory points on wonderful prizes and stuff. You could return to the cave and spend victory points to go, hey, I'm going to spend some victory points to choose a different random weapon. Or get one of these cool things, which costs about 3 victory points. One of these other really cool brand new things.
New thing.
Which you don't have any victory points right now, so I don't really know what those are. But they're kind of cool, I guess, if you're into that sort of thing. You can also spend victory points. You can spend 9 victory points to get something called an outfit, which in some games we would call this a prestige class or something like that. Fuck that. We're just calling them outfits in this game because that's what they're called. And they give you a little extra, kind of a something over everybody else, and this is sort of like you're more specialized in something else. I'm going to start each of you with an outfit. Huzzah, right?
Hey, thank you.
Yay! See, I'm so gracious. Let me tell you what these different outfits are. Some of them come with some special swag.
Attack spells.
They may adjust some of your skills a little. And at this point, if you decide, oh, I really want that, but I don't have the skill I need to get that, I'll just kind of like look this way, and then you can. Oh, I've got that skill right now. So let's go into some of these outfits. Apparently, somebody drew all over this one, which is fine. Look, it's magic of a Crayola dry erase crayon technology. We'll start with what's probably, in my opinion, the 2 most popular ones. We'll start with the Kobold veteran. This kobold's been in a bunch of fights and has learned that clearly. No, he hasn't learned anything. He's survived fights. That's kind of cool. You get an extra skill. It'll tell you what skill you get on here. Plus, you get this bonus where at any point you can point to another kobold and go, "Give me your weapon." You have to say what weapon it is. And if they go, "No, I'm not giving it to you," then haha, they earn a death check. That's kind of cool. You basically get to bully other kobolds around. It's kind of neat. You better be a rough, tough little kobold.
I want it.
All right,
I've already got bully as a skill.
Jason's choosing the kobold veteran. Yay! Your kobold has a pot or a colander on his head. In this case, you're going to have a colander on his head. This is where other people will look at the picture and go, "Why does that guy have a colander on his head?"
There you go.
Next, we have the Evil Apprentice, which is available only if you have the Lackey skill. Is that where you're like, I think I want that. All right. As you get some sort of cool stuff, you can go back. It's easier to learn spells. When you cast a spell, you can make a roll to not take a death check. Plus, you get to start with some cool wizardly robes and a pointy hat. Because unfortunately, as the second edition and first edition rules of D&D clearly state, wizards cannot wear armor and such.
Okay.
Oh,
So much for Fonzie.
Oh.
So you're no longer Fonzie, but you have a cool pointy hat.
That's awesome.
Here goes Fonzie.
Your pointy hat, sir. See how many foam stickers will fall off this time.
We'll get better glue.
Dangerous gear. I'm just gonna toss it away.
We lost what, 6 of them?
Yeah. Yes. It had a lot more. It was amazing. Let's see. Which particular I want to see. Sure, why not? In some editions, and there's plenty of outfits, so don't feel like you have to choose next one that comes up. We have the non-canon kobold. This kobold has read books and knows that kobolds are clearly descended from dragons. That was quick.
I have 10 words.
All right. Do you have?
I want to show that I have read at least 10 words.
do you have the trap skill?
I don't, but I can.
Sometimes there's a number of That's the summons control.
Got it.
All right. Do you have the trap skill?
Oh, yes.
Oh, well, then you qualify for this. You'll get a bonus to all trap skills, and whenever you leave the cave, you'll receive 1 spell page from the Codex of Tabriz the Arcane.
Excellent.
Let me get you a random spell for you. Where's my random spell book? Here it is. It's got somebody's email address written in it. I'm not going to give you that page. When you want to cast a spell, basically you'll come up a page from your spellbook and you'll throw it at whoever your target is. As a general rule, if it's a non-player character, you will throw it at me. And then we'll determine which spell it is.
That has the lizard mask.
That's right. Here you go.
Appropriate. How many hours did we spend playing the Godzilla board game Kaiju?
It was 4 or 5.
Yeah.
And I think
forever.
half of that was set up.
Yeah, for learning it. It's the most obnoxiously poorly written game, but it's so fun. By the end of it, it was just like
Crush everything.
crush all the things.
Yep.
Bag technology. Figured out. Next we have short order cook. You can only get this if you have the cook skill.
You better have.
You will never earn a death check when you fail a cook roll.
Type of damage.
Cool. And you can get all kinds of cool bonuses whenever you cook something. Plus you'll start with a white paper hat and an apron, which acts like a backpack. Hello, kitty cat.
Ooh.
I don't want you on my lap right now. Maybe later. So we have a short order cook if anybody wants that. Don't feel pressured. There's at least 3
I'm
more
interested
outfits.
in that, but I would like to see
Okay, we'll put it on
what
hold.
else we
We'll
got.
put it on
If
deck.
that's okay.
Sure, we'll put it on
I
deck.
don't want any
over
more
here.
death checks. We're thinking too much.
Alright. Let's go into, this is actually a new one to this game, the Royale Assassin. I like to say with cheese, but that's just me.
Only in French.
It requires that you have a willingness to wantonly swing a big axe, a really big axe.
Woohoo.
Does anybody want to wantonly swing an axe? A really big axe.
Yes.
Alright, so you want to be the Royale Assassin, okay? You start with an Executioner's axe, which is big, which means it's going to have to go and you're going to have to carry it in both paws. You're like, I'm getting rid of this crap.
Ah, you can have it.
Goodbye, slingshot.
And belly button lint.
We have a couple different choices here. Either you can wear this nifty little Executioner's hood,
Ooh.
or you can wear this nifty little, I don't know what the hell it says, Executioner's robe
Oh,
kind of
that's a
thing.
robe.
Go ahead.
It's got
Wear
some
'em both.
sleeves. Or you can wear both if you want.
I don't know if the other rope would fit me.
Oh, it's
I
stretchy.
think it's open. It's like open in the back, right? Or does it?
Yeah, it's open in the back.
You just put your arms
I got
through.
fat arms.
This is like
Oh.
cheap,
The hood is good.
cheap Halloween costume at its best.
I know, right?
So you got Executioner's hood.
Nice.
How do I look? Hey.
Perfect. You look just like a assassin.
Where did my wife go? There's an assassin
This
here.
is assassin.
Royale one.
A Royale Assassin. Alright, we have a cut purse. This kobold's really sneaky little, you know what? He's going around stealing stuff from people, and as such as thinks that he's now a thief. You just have to tell me that, yeah, I've taken something that belonged to another kobold at one point. And then you'll get this. It's pretty cool. You also get a backpack and some thieves' tools,
Oh.
which gives you some sort of bonus. That's kind of cool.
Who's already?
And you gain a new thievy kind of skill.
I would take that.
Do you want that?
Sure.
Okay. And I can tell you what the other ones are, especially since you haven't really
What
chosen
are the
one.
other two real quick?
We have bootlicker. Your character has learned bootlicker. Let me emphasize that it's bootlicker.
And not booty.
Because I know what some of you heard, and that's wrong.
Booty.
Your character has a propensity for being a yellow-bellied, brown-nosed butt kisser. You get this ability where you can grovel, and if you grovel, you actually go, please, please, please don't hurt me. You will take no damage from whatever it is that's getting ready to do damage to you. You also get a shiny tie, which has 1 hit on it, which is in addition to whatever else you're wearing. So you just have it. Ooh, I got a shiny tie. There's some other bonuses here, but I don't really
Just have to give up.
Now, every time you grovel, you will earn a death check. So I'm just laying that out there.
Okay.
The last option is the rules lawyer. This requires that you either have the current or a previous edition of the game, and that it says that you have read the entire book at least twice, or own a previous edition of the game. I guess you don't have to have read the previous edition of the game. You'll get a heavy T-shirt. And because you're a rules lawyer, you know that you can wear the heavy T-shirt underneath whatever armor you're currently wearing. And you'll get a victory point anytime you tattle on somebody who's breaking the rules.
That's awesome. But I think I'll do the cook.
But you have to speak like this, because otherwise it's not very convincing.
Now, does the backpack replace my hoodie?
No,
Is that a
it's
thing
not
to wear?
armor. It's an actual item.
All right. And
So you would
my
have to-
these tools are in my backpack. Are they an item?
They're an item.
Okay.
So I guess they're in your backpack.
Actually, I'll have my thieves tools in my hand and my sack of spices in my backpack.
All right.
Is that okay?
And with this, you can actually wear the backpack like on. You sling it over one shoulder because that's what all cool kids do.
Okay.
Absolutely.
All right. So I'll just put these guys over here.
Does that go for this too? I don't have to give anything up, or do I?
No, you don't have to, because you just get that as part of your thing. All right. So we have cut purse. You have a bandana
All right.
that you wear. This bandana has chickens on it. Shorter to cook, you get this really cool chef's hat.
Sure.
Oh,
Yes. Oh, ha, ha.
this shall be my finest creation.
Chef meat royale
Chef. Chef and Assassin Royale.
with cheese.
All right, cool. So we got our kobolds together, and we've even got some outfits and such. Now you get to choose whatever name you want for your kobold. I see some of you have already chosen some names. What is your character's name, Hillary?
Spot.
Spot. Your kobold is named Spot. Spot the Royale Assassin. That's somehow appropriate. And we have over here Jason character. Here his character is named
Gorp, the Kobold veteran.
Gorp the Kobold Veteran.
Average.
Average. Average the Kobold Evil Apprentice.
Beanie, the cut purse.
Beanie.
Beanie.
The cut purse. Okay.
And I'm Knack.
Knack. Okay. And your kobold.
Bubba.
Bubba. Okay.
Bubba can be a girl's name that ends in A.
Very good.
Oh, wow.
I took 6 years of Latin, so I know that's true.
You're Kobold, what do you care?
Strangely enough, you all followed the exact rules for how to choose a name for your kobold. There's no actual rules.
Very good.
These guys just remind me of the Knack McFeagle from Discworld. So
Oddly enough, no, I don't know if it's based on that.
no, probably not.
Probably not. Well, it might be. You never know. Probably not then.
Probably not.
But it might. Okay, anyway. So, when we do stuff, we have to go in a sort of initiative order. There's usually crazy die mechanic where you calculate certain speed factors and things and you roll some dice. Not in this game. We base it off of who has the highest extraneous score. Remember the thing I said was useless? It's
not.
apparently it's not too terribly useless. Who has the highest extraneous score?
I have a 10.
You got it.
Yeah, I think you.
Yep.
Alright, you have a 10?
Yes.
Alright, congratulations.
Oh, Hail King Torg!
Very good. Alright, just place that in front of you. This serves two functions. One, it makes you feel special about yourself because you got an award. And two, it helps me keep track of who goes when. Because they've got little numbers on them. Alright, who's got the next highest initiative? Extraneous. Has anybody got less than a 10?
7.
Everyone's got less. We got 3 7s. Okay. Alright, which of you has the highest brawn?
I have a 10.
11.
Yeah, I
have
have
a
11,
12.
but hers is 12.
No, of the 7s.
I had
She's
7.
7.
Oh, 4 7s. Good.
Oh, holy crap.
So we
Just
got
give them
12.
the 6.
So we got 12 and we got 11.
10 and 7, yeah.
I'll take the 5.
I think I got this right.
Cool. No, that'd be 4, I guess.
Yeah.
You guys trying to get me all confused and stuff.
He's already said on last.
Just like
I got a large bone.
being Kobold veteran with a large bone, you can do whatever you want.
Said,
Yes.
don't let her.
We have a lot of troll's blood floating around the table.
Wow.
Kind of odd. Usually it's a lot of people who are like bouncy or extra padding or in heat or something like that.
Yeah, well, I have that covered.
We're hungry. We got a lot of people who are like half the table's hungry and the other half tastes like babies. So they're all chasing after each other, trying to eat each other. Which in and of itself
Friend of animal fun.
is quite hilarious.
Sweet.
All right, looks like we're getting ready to dive into this game.
Yay.
Take about time because we took all this time making our damn characters. Okay. Let's see. Okay. All right, so this game, this is the module or the adventure, whatever you want to call it. We're going to be playing. It's called the Kobold. Part 1. There. I figured since starting movie, just came out, we might as well play a game that's kind of based on the movie. Jason and I have already played it, but here's the beauty of Kobolds. Anytime you've played an adventure from Kobolds, it's usually going to be completely different next time you play it. Actually, this is the Kobold, a totally expected parody. Totally expected parody of a beloved book that has been expanded into a trilogy of movies, and which inexplicably is not called There and Back Again, Part 1, There. You heard the sound of cellophane being ripped apart. No.
Because a hungry kobold got in.
It's a hungry kobold.
Very immersive.
Opening snacks.
Yeah. Which is totally acceptable. It really is. Okay. Let's see what we got here. So I've gone over some of the rules, like there's the King Torg rule. Okay, where you all have to yell that out.
Death checks.
Oh, that's right. I haven't really gone over these death checks, have I? I've just kind of glossed over that laughingly, haven't I? With death checks, anytime you earn a death check, first thing you're going to do is you're going to put a check appropriately on the character sheet. Then we're going to roll 2d6. You're going to add these numbers together and then add the number of checks on your character sheet. If you have over 13, higher than 13, then something amazing and wonderful will happen.
And you make another kobold?
Maybe. Maybe. If you're lucky.
For you.
We should have some other ways to earn some death checks, shouldn't we? Oh, here's how. Kobolds worship Vor, the big red god of anger. He's a big red god of anger because he's angry that kobolds worship him. Because if there's one thing Vor hates more than anything else in the world, it's kobolds. That being said, Vor also hates failure. Anytime your kobold fails at any skill check or any type of die roll, you get to earn a death check. That's pretty cool, right? I mean...
Not really, no.
Anytime you take Vor's name in vain, you will earn a death check. It's just the way it is. What else does Vor hate? He also hates... Vor hates cowardice. So all kobolds are by default fearless. Anytime you show any type of cowardly action or say, well, I don't know if I want to do that because that might be kind of dangerous, you'll earn a death check.
Pow!
Pow! Right in the face or wherever it is that you earn your death checks. You also earn death checks by doing those little dangerous skills. Whatever that means. And you can earn death checks pretty much any time I tell you to take a death check, you take a death check. It could just be just like, take a death check. That was really good. Take a death check. Anytime you do something that was exceptionally smart and well thought out and well planned, you will take a death check. All right. This has a couple other little rules. This has another rule on how to take death checks here that's specific to this game. Yes. It's called the You Don't Know Jack R.R. Tolkien rule. Whenever a player attempts to use their vast knowledge of all things Tolkien-esque, things that a kobold would never and could never know, you get a check on the kobold horrible death record. Unless the reference uses the word legendarium, at which point, just kill the kobold outright. We'll have none of that. We'll have none of that in Kobolds Ate My Baby. Thank you very much. What's all this then? Okay. Now let me
Stop. Or I shall say stop again.
store that away appropriately.
3 people you have projectors they can use. Now, I know I'm not good at math, but I'm pretty sure you can't use 2 projectors for 3 people.
All right, so let's start the adventure, shall we?
Yay!
Yay! As soon as the game begins, all kobolds take... What? Oh! Sorry, did I read that? Okay. All right, we're going to start out in the cave. This is actually a very different type of cave.
Do we have to roll our death checks?
What, right now?
From the beginning.
From
character.
No, because we were on easy mode. We are now on hard mode. So from this point out, whenever you earn death checks, you will get to roll. Thank you for reminding me.
Yay!
In fact, take a death check so we can.
Thank you, sir.
So you can help demonstrate how this works.
2d6?
2d6.
I did not beat 13.
9,
All right.
10, 11.
You got 11.
So,
Um,
with
nothing amazing, fun, and wonderful happens.
Oh.
Yeah. Don't worry, game's still early. All right. You have been delegated. Hooray. Burly guards, well, burly for kobolds, grab you by your delegation, snicker, and push you all quite forcibly through the secret door into the kitchen. That's kind of cool. As the portal seals behind you, King Torg,
Hail King Torg!
he offers you these inspiring words. Ah, they're cursed to breeze.
there you go.
Evil arc made for hire. To breeze the black and his 7 orcs have come into the cave. My first plan, which was just to pretend that nobody was home, has failed. So, I'm sending you in there to take care of them. And by take care of them, I don't mean the way you normally handle things. I'm looking at you. You know what I'm talking about. They're here for some sort of reason. Just cater to their needs, take care of them, make sure they're happy, and eventually they'll just leave. And we can get back on with the more important things. And if you do this, there's a nice plump baby in it for you.
Thank you, King Torg. Hail King Torg!
He kind of licks his lips when he says that, too. And it does sound pretty good. Oh, okay. If you fail, be careful what you say. Remember this! To breeze can only kill you once. But if you were to mention this secret room, things would go very, very bad. Much, much worse. As you are slowly devoured over 1,000 years. And the door's shut. And that's not entirely true, because Tabriz has been known to traffic in the necromantic arts. And it's a little known fact that baby Sarlacc pit is nearly as delicious and rare as baby asteroid slug.
Baby.
So we're going to start out in the kitchen. Let's choose some miniatures to represent you guys. Hey, look, a lot of them kind of dressed kind of like you're dressed right now.
Which one do you want, Liz?
Pass me the one with the cook hat.
That one.
Giant spoon.
Do we put him in the kitchen for you?
Yes.
This is not really one with a big axe. So.
Oh, yeah. I will.
This one has beer.
That one has more armor, so I will be.
All right, so this is going to be you.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys are actually all right here near this secret door. Here's a shaft.
Did you pick
Is
one?
anybody-
Oh, that's mine.
She can be
Is that
the
yours?
one with the spear.
You got the-
the one
Yeah.
I was using.
Okay,
So these guys aren't used. You can actually just put them back right there in the secret
Alright.
the secret hidey spot. All right. As you see from the map, you have a kitchen. There's a cold larder there. There's some cupboards. If you come down this way, you know there's like a fake rock. There's this is the den, which has some nice furs and a fire. Yeah.
And this is our
In case you
cave.
didn't know what fire looked like. This is more or less your cave. This is kind of the cave where King Torg likes to hang out. When he's just kind of chilling back, smoking some hobbit weed or something like that.
Toby.
And over here you have the, wow, I've completely lost my train of thought. Over here you have the sort of dining area where there's tables, as indicated by the thing that says tables. The fabled chicken bone throne that King Torg usually sits on.
Hail King Torg!
And let me put some orcs in here. This is orcs spelled O-R-Q, by the way.
It's alright, I can't read.
Exactly. You can't read how they spell their names.
Ah.
All right.
I can't count either.
Nobody can count. Oh, okay. Man, that was just borderline mean. So here you are in the kitchens. You're currently facing a nice. King Torg told you what he wanted.
King Torg!
And the door's shut, and that's what you see. That's what you see now. We'll start with. Well, I'm just gonna say just blanket. Like, what do you guys want to do? Do you have any questions about what's going on right now? Currently, you see a big stone slab wall. kind of grayish sort of color.
I'm gonna turn around.
All right, you're the first person to turn around.
We need to go talk to the wizard guy, right? And do stuff.
Yes, they may want some.
Let's go eat some wizard.
All right.
Eat wizard.
Eat wizard.
Eat
Eat
wizard.
I don't
wizard.
think that's right.
Eat wizard.
Think.
A wizard tasty?
You think?
Wizard.
Wizard tastes
I
bad.
think about
think
things that are
bad.
tasty. Like babies and chickens and baby flavored chickens. And
Careful thinking bad.
Okay.
So as you're
Kobold of action. Must do thing.
all right. And on that
Eat
note,
wizard.
on that note, you're assaulted by some block text. It says, as you look around the kitchen, this is the holiest of holiest. This is the holiest of holies in the cave. From a very young age, all kobold pups are brought here to share in its magnificence. The slow, the stupid, and those unable to wriggle like a demon never leave, but those who survive come to love the hallowed sight and the delicious things it produces. Counters line the rooms with every modern cooking appliance imaginable, and when it comes to cooking, kobolds have a very vivid imagination. There's a large table in the center, covered with some hastily abandoned leftover food items. Across the room is a well-tended cooking fire and an oven. I don't know who it's tended by, but it's there. And there are a number of cabinets and foodstuffs which are stored. And there's a closed, shiny steel door to a cold larder where the freshest meat is stored. All right, so we'll start with what is it? Nag. What do you want to do?
Too slow.
Damn.
For someone who
Really?
you
I
did
know,
Let's
Thank you.
go out into the kitchen and head out towards.
So your plan is to
Out.
kind of head out this way.
Yes.
Okay. Sure. Where is that particular? You make your way through the hall and you come out to it's right there. Okay. Cool. I mean,
Oh, I'm gonna have to roll for being in heat when I see all of them. They're all
them men folk.
all them in row.
you're gonna be like, oh,
As 1,
oh
2, 3,
my.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, jeez, I'm gonna end up.
Does
on
it say what?
someone's
Does
lap.
it say what type of die you need to roll, or is that determined by me?
You have to make an ego roll. Dogs will follow you, and if you encounter an adult human, I only have to make one. Or anything with legs as big as your body. You have to make an ego roll, or well, you know.
Before we make you roll some ego rolls.
Yeah, please.
You're in the throne room. This is where the great king rests his opulent haunches on a grandiose white throne built from the bones of your most fearsome foe, the chicken. The throne stands empty at the far end of the chamber. Okay. It stands empty at the end of the chamber. Torches burn along the walls. Before you there are 2 long kobold-sized tables that strain under the weight of the cruel archmage for hire and his orcish henchfolk. The tables look like they were abandoned in the middle of brunch fest, as both are covered with scraps of biscuits, cookies, and scones. The orcs, scones. The orcs are busily devouring the remains. Upon seeing you enter, Tabriz grumbles something about being hungry and the terrible things that will happen to you if he doesn't get something to eat. Fortunately, the mention of food sent you to a happy place, so you didn't hear the diabolical things that would happen to you if he went hungry much longer. Based on his angry-looking eyebrows, you decide it was probably for the best. He speaks. He says, "Where is everybody?"
Oh, they make the big triangle ones, don't they? Yeah, same with the little.
Baby.
You know what? Forget it. I don't want to know. We've been traipsing back and forth over half of the middle of the earth, getting ready for our trip to the very lonely mountain. We are starving. Fix us all a snack, and then we'll smoke some pipes. Have a little sing-along. Smoke some more pipes. do the dishes, and then we'll head out. Also, the whole lot of you little buggers are coming with us. You have a problem with that? Anything you're not comprehending?
No.
Good. Now get us something to eat. Me and my boys are starving and picky. All right. At this point, since they all have legs that are.
Okay.
Oh my gosh! There's what?
There's 8.
There's a lot of these guys in here. Let's see what die difficulty do I think this
Check
should
per
be.
leg.
Oh God.
This is going to be very
16 legs, and I'm rolling ego, which is 10. So.
well. This is going to be very difficult to pull off. I'm gonna give it a difficulty of 5. And here's the way skill checks works. I tell you what the difficulty is. That determines how many dice you're going to roll. So in this case, you're going to roll 5 dice. And what you're trying to do is, in this case, you're trying to get under your ego rating,
Which is 10.
which is 10 on 5 dice. Now, because we're doing a skill check, there's another thing you should know about kobolds. They all have this little ability where they can muster up all their little koboldiness and defy the laws of the universe to make things a little bit easier for them. This is called barking like a kobold. You give us your best kobold bark. If we all agree that that was pretty good, then you get to reduce the difficulty by 1 die. You get a bonus die. And a bonus die in this case means you reduce the difficulty by 1 die. Okay? Now here's the thing about kobold barking like a kobold. Kobolds do not like to be outdone by other kobolds. So whoever wants to use that ability next has to outdo the last person who barked like a kobold. So right now you have the option. You can set that bar really high, or you can set it really, really low. Or you can not do it if you want. I think that was pretty good. Wow, you earned a little clap there too. So it's 4 die difficulty.
Nice.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Wow.
You stave off your most baser head stakes. That barking actually really helped out. Alright, so he's told you what he wants. Is there anything else you want to do?
I was looking for little D6. We're
Uh,
gonna have to make that many changes.
yell no at him.
Okay, just gonna, no! Because that's one of the words you know, right?
Yes, it is. It is in fact one of the 10 words.
He looks kind of
You can share mine.
confused, like he wasn't expecting you to just say no. Alright. Next up is
Beanie.
Beanie. I don't know how I forgot that.
All
Beanie.
right. Beanie wants to see what's going on, but she's going to do it stealthily.
Oh.
So I'm going to sneak around and just peek around the corner like that.
Going to sneak.
Yes, I have the sneak skill.
Alright. We're going to say the difficulty is going to be, oh my gosh.
Uh-oh.
I would hope that they're distracted by.
They are distracted.
By the
doing whatever
So you got that going,
And the hip thrusting.
Yeah, and you hear someone going, no. Okay, so we're going to say it's a 3 die difficulty with sneak.
Okay.
And sneaking is going to go against, you're going to roll under your whatever skills. Sneak.
My reflexes?
Reflexes, yeah. That's why I'm doing it.
No.
Nope, I failed.
Alright. So you make right there. You're not being very sneaky. You've earned
No.
that check. You've earned that check.
I thought I was being sneaky. It sounded sneaky to me.
You're like, I'm sneaking! Yeah!
Alright, I got 2 death check points.
Alright.
So here we go.
He's okay.
Okay, under 13.
Alright.
So I'm good.
Everyone turns to look at you as you sneak around the corner. Next up is Bubba. Bubba.
Bubba wants to know what's going on too. I'm going to just come on up here and.
Over the cook.
Oh, you found the wizard. What's he want?
Food.
Oh, well, that's easy.
I think the orcs are probably sitting there going, food, and they're pounding on the table. Food.
Let's go make food. I will go back to the kitchen and start making sandwiches.
All right. So you go back to the kitchen, and you want to start making some sandwiches. Well, let's see.
What they say.
They want food.
Food.
Yep.
Me too.
Okay, I make you sandwich too.
Awesome.
Poof, your sandwich.
That's your spell. Make sandwich.
Make sandwich. Well, when you get in there and he says, "What do you want? What do they want?" You're like, "Oh, they want food." You notice that on the table right there, there's a pile of food just in there. Oh, there's some bread, tomatoes, some cheese, and a pouch of Old Cave seasoning.
Oh.
Okay.
So that's what's at the table. Okay, and the way this works is when you're going to make a cooking skill, you're going to, or check, you're going to tell me what ingredients you want to use, and that's going to help us determine the difficulty.
Okay, so there's bread and tomatoes on the table.
Yep, bread, tomatoes, a hunk of cheese, a small hunk of cheese, and a pouch of Old Cave seasoning.
Well, I think we should use all those things because they're there.
Okay.
And also some meat because everybody likes meat.
All right.
So I will look in the cold larder and see what kind of meat we got.
Awesome. You open up the cold larder.
Not the baby. That's too good to share with humans.
That's true.
Is there a baby in there?
I don't know.
I won't.
I'm looking in there.
All right.
Baby.
Basically, the way the cold larder works is it's got this big, really heavy sealing action. So normally you have to pry it open and then reach in and grab something out. It shuts.
Okay.
It's just the way it is.
Hopefully
So,
you don't behead
roll a
yourself.
d6 and let's see what you find in the cold larder. Oh, a number 6. You find a dire shrimp.
A dire shrimp.
Is it still alive?
Yes, it is. It's it's probably only a little bit smaller than you. It's a vicious armored sea creature. But from what you know, they're very tasty. And it's got little pinchers. It snarls at you. Snap, snap, snap. So that's what you find.
Okay, I can hit.
Yeah, that's pretty much what you did. You let's see what's in here, and you pull it out. It's like, snap, 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 snap. All right, who's number 4? It looks like Spot is number 4. All right, Spot, what do you want to do?
Hit the shrimp.
You're like, ooh, shrimp. All right, so you're going to attack the shrimp. What are you attacking it with? Your
Executioner's axe.
executioner's axe. You're going to execute the shrimp as it were.
Yes.
All right, here's the way combat works. I would tell you a difficulty. It's usually going to be based off of what their agility score is. Will determine their difficulty most of the time. You'll try to get, in this case, because you're doing melee, you're going to try to get under your brawn rating. All right. Now, of course, you have the option of barking like a kobold, but in combat, you also have this other option, which is you can say, "I want to open a can of whoop-ass." When you choose to open a can of whoop-ass, you increase the difficulty by 1 die. But you get to add your meat score to whatever damage you're going to do. So, for example, your axe does 5 dam. If you say I want to open a can of whoop-ass, you will add another 3 dam to that attack. But like I said, it's 1 more increase in die. So, let me tell you how difficult it's going to be to hit this jumbo shrimp. Or excuse me, this dire shrimp. It's a 2 die difficulty.
2 die?
It's 2 dice. You got a pretty good run.
I will just try to hit it.
Alright.
It's just a shrimp. I can hit that.
Sure, it's just a shrimp.
Yes.
Yes.
You hit it. How much damage do you do to it?
5.
You do 5 damage to it. Smack. You break through part of its carapace. 5, you said. Oh, cool. It is still standing. You seem to have infuriated it. Is what it says.
Can I have some like normal people die?
Sure. How many you want, baby?
Give me like
All of them.
or a handful. I don't care. There.
We'll give you 5 just in case you have to go back into that room.
And the only one that speaks any human.
And one of the words is fuck.
At least you can explain yourself.
Yeah. You know.
Baby, give, no.
Baby, no, fuck, now, meat, give, go, chicken, booze, Torg.
Hail King Torg.
Yeah.
Which oddly enough is the lyrics to my favorite song from the 1970s. No. Imagine that.
Yeah, you only need 3 of those words.
Baby,
Right.
no, and fuck.
Average.
No.
What does average want to do? Or is this average?
Average.
Average. What does average want to do?
Average is going to throw his rock at the shrimp.
Oh, you're gonna throw your rock. Okay.
I have shoot.
Well, shoot is if you're using like a
Sling.
on a crossbow. For throwing, you're actually going to try to get under your whatever it's called, reflexes.
Same thing, different.
Similar.
Okay.
Same thing, different story.
Would you want to throw that at the shrimp? It's a 2-die
Sure.
difficulty.
That's fine. And I will not.
You're not going to open up a
I
can of
will
whip
not.
ass?
We'll pass.
All right. She's just got to throw a rock at it. I've got a
So-
rock.
Here we go.
Yeah, good
I
job.
hit
Which is
for 1 damn.
you hit it for 1 damage,
And now
and the rock is gone.
the rock is.
The rock has left the
You can pick
building.
it up again.
Yeah,
Theoretically.
it's still there somewhere. It's just more like over here. You just don't have it in your hand anymore.
And I will look for other things to throw.
Okay.
And or shoot.
Is there any particular place you want to look?
I will start looking actually in one of these cabinets.
You're like, ooh, what's in the cupboards? You go, well, let's see what's in these cupboards. Go me roll a d6 as you scrounge through the cupboards.
5.
You got a 5. What?
Nice.
What? You got a hunk of stinky cheese person.
Person?
That's what it says. You get 1 serving of malodorous cheese that contains random body parts. Is that an ear? You could probably count this as a meat.
Awesome.
So that's what you got. You got some stinky cheese person. Alright. I think we should move on now. To Gorp. What does Gorp want to do? Who does Gorp work for? What do you want to do, Gorp? You're in a room. There's some stinky cheese over
Over there.
Gorp hears a lot of noises, but Gorp only sees blank wall.
Gorp, true veteran.
Yes.
Follows orders to the letter.
Gorp, thing to hit. Over here.
Thing to hit?
Yes.
Charge!
Yes, you see some kobolds and you see a shrimp. What are you attacking?
Well, I guess the first thing to hit would actually be another kobold.
Which kobold is that? Is that
Dis-moi.
you? Okay. What is your agility?
7. Or no, excuse
It's a
me.
2.
Agility itself is a 2.
So it's a base 2 difficulty.
Open a can of whoop ass.
Oh. So now it's 3-die difficulty. Oh.
No, that is
nice.
6.
Oh, the kobold's
On the
actually.
run.
Or the kobold's the 1.
Yeah.
Yes.
The 1 on this way.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that is 6 points of damage.
Congratulations, you did 6 points of damage. First it comes out of your armor. Your armor disintegrates.
No.
No, my kid's clothes.
I'm naked.
And then you take 4 points out of your
Gorp hit thing!
out of your body.
Good job, Gorp.
Very awesome. That was kind of cool.
Good hit.
Gorp mighty!
Good call.
Mighty Garp.
The mighty Gorp.
Gorp get executed.
Didn't the mighty Gorp used to come on like 2 a.m. on the BBC or something?
No, that was the last 5 minutes of Space Ghost.
That's good to know. The mighty Gorp. Alright, speaking of the mighty Gorp, it's now my turn. Yes, it was a
Very nice
completely
segue.
random segue. It's my turn, which means pretty much any of these NPCs get to go. Let's start with the shrimp. Why not? That seems to where the action is.
Nothing personal.
I know.
Yes, it's never personal on kobolds. It really isn't. Let's see, the shrimp. Let's see. So far, nobody's really attacked the shrimp, but you pulled the shrimp out of the thing, so it's going to try to attack.
Nobody's attacked.
Well,
Okay.
yes.
I hit it for like 5.
That's right, you did. You hit it for a lot of damage.
Yeah. And now I'm damaged, so.
That's true. So, and you taste like baby. Delicious baby. There's a really pleasant smelling odor in the air in the kitchen. It
Now that I'm bleeding.
smelled pretty good before, but now it smells exceptionally good. None of you are hungry, so the hungry boogie, so
That's good.
you got that going for you at least. The shrimp, however, it says, I'll get right back to you. It's going to attack you. So I'm looking at 2-die difficulty. That's kind of cool. Why not? I'll try to open up a shrimpy can of. Probably not going to happen.
Oh my gosh.
Wow, and yeah, it's snapping its little pinchy claws at you. Snap, 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 snap. Pinchy, pinchy, pinchy.
And I'm doing holding the forehead thing.
Like, haha, stupid shrimp. Meanwhile, in the oh my gosh, in the area with the chicken bone throw, as you're like, no. To Breeze. Breeze and says, what do you mean, no? That's just silly. Why did he have that?
Am I going to have to re-roll for legs in the area? Or am
Every
I?
turn.
No, only if you come back into this room.
If you leave and come back.
So leave and come back.
He goes, get me some food now! And he just kind of snaps his fingers and you see a little firework kind of go, it hits you.
Okay, how much damage?
Now that you ask.
You take 3 damage.
Okay.
Yeah! And who is this?
That's me.
You see this kobold go. Looks like they burst into like bright little sparkly kind of thing, which doesn't really disturb you because you're just kind of like. And you reappear here.
Okay. Oh. Wait, how many?
Hey, how do you get here?
You won't have to roll for the kobolds. You just have to.
I was like, well, okay then.
Unless you really want to.
No, and the dire shrimp doesn't have legs that big.
Yeah, it's not your type. You're totally not feeling it with the shrimp.
That's a good thing.
The music's hungry! You guys are hungry! We know!
We know!
She's like, why are we making sandwiches?
Stop moving, food! Okay, I'll attack it with my heavy club.
Alright, so you run into attack it. Like, I'll attack the shrimp.
Okay.
Alright, it's 2-die difficulty.
We're back up to the top then, right?
Yep.
Okay.
2 dice plus a 6.
6, which is under an 8, so how much damage does your thing do? Dose.
Plus bash!
Plus bash would be great if this was like a door.
Yeah. Instead, it's a shrimp.
But it's a shrimp.
Splattered shrimp.
You smack it. It's looking all bruised and beat up, and but it's still alive. And it's snap, snap. Wow, this is. I wouldn't want to eat this. All right, Beanie.
I think I want to go over here and see if we left anything cooking on the fire.
So you go over to the den.
Also, make sure there are no orcs in here.
Okay. You're in the den. Every home needs a place where a family can kick back after a long day's work and relax. After hearing about human houses having them, the king decided he needed one as well. Unfortunately, the only den that kobolds have ever seen was a place where wolves and bears live. So there you go. It's a large room with jagged edges and some rushes, leaves, and furs tossed around and on which to lounge. There's a fireplace off to one side that lights the room. No one quite knows exactly what you're supposed to do here, but everyone pretends to love the place because offending King Torg is a great way to end up skewered with onions and served with a dipping sauce.
Are we playing Hungry, by the way?
No one's in.
Oh. No, I admit. Did anyone eat before they came?
Oh no, I'm
No.
stupid hungry. Yeah. I am definitely hungry.
Talking
Well, this is
about food
appropriate.
constantly.
Yeah.
We do have snacks.
I think I'm
That we
gonna
could go
go
with.
over there and.
We ate, but I'm hungry again.
Well,
Alright, is there any food in this room?
first off, do you have the sage skill by chance?
No.
All right. Well, you can give me a 4-die ego roll
For why?
because the rules on this tells me that.
Okay, that's fine. I was just making sure I wasn't doing something that I didn't know what I was doing.
No, it's kind of for exactly what you're trying to do right now. To see if there's any food. In
No.
I don't think she makes it.
it. All right.
I'm
well,
not even gonna add that up. Each individually was more than
yeah.
4.
Well, you've earned a death check, so go ahead and roll appropriately.
Ego.
I did.
And roll.
Okay.
Roll it.
Roll
Oh,
2 die.
Alright, and I'm at 3.
Ooh,
He's
pushing that
12.
envelope.
Ooh.
Okay.
So we're still good.
Well, yeah, of course.
Okay, what did I find out? Or
You did
what-
not find any food in this room.
Okay,
Oh.
that's okay. I believe there's food in the kitchen.
Wow. And there's nobody in the room right now.
Okay.
But you're like, oh. But you searched around here. You lifted up the things.
Do I find anything to steal or take?
There's
or
these
just junk?
fur rugs. It's kind
Oh,
of.
okay, no. I didn't know if kobolds left their
There's
their
stuff in here. Nah. Doesn't look like it.
Okay, fine. So I'm done then.
All right. Next up, we have Bubba.
I'm going to stab the shrimp with my kitchen knife.
Ah, a little shrimp stab in action. It's 2-die difficulty. The shrimp's seen better days.
6.
Not that many.
Is that good? Oh, I'm not
6
rolling. I'm not
under
rolling my
your
block.
block.
Trying to get under your block.
Okay, so yes.
All right.
That's
How much
2 damage.
All right. You stab the shrimp, and as your sharp knife goes through its like head, it cries out in agony and pain, and then it dies.
Cool.
Time to cook.
Yes.
Yay!
Okay. Do you want to do anything else, or just sit there and gloat over the fact that you've got a
Yeah, I'm
stab
actually
shrimp?
gonna grab
I'm going to get ready to cook the shrimp.
Okay. Okay. So you
Add
basically
stinky
kill the shrimp,
cheese.
and you're like, yeah, now it's time to cook. You've earned 3 victory points for killing a shrimp. At this point, you can really decide if you want to share those 3 victory points with anybody else who was helping you fight the shrimp.
Sure. You can have one. You hit it for lots of damage.
Yay! Thank you.
Did anybody else actually hit it?
Yep.
No, he hit her.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna
Oh,
say.
that's right. And you found out that the wizard wants food, so you could have one.
I love that. I have a victory knife. Where do I put it?
There's a little box that says VP,
Oh,
which does not stand for vice president.
zip.
It stands for
could.
victory point. Cool. All right, so now we're at number 4, which is Spot. What do you want to do, Spot? There's a kobold currently with a dead shrimp.
Nothing left to hit. Except Kobold who hit me.
That's true. You could hit kobold who hit you.
King Torg. Oh, Hail
Oh,
King
King Torg.
Torg said nothing about not hitting kobolds.
That's true. He usually doesn't say anything about not hitting kobolds.
Executioner axe!
Add kobold to the sandwiches.
It's true. Kobolds are very tasty. They do taste like chickens most of the time.
Are you one of the tasty ones?
Nope.
Oh,
She
okay.
is.
In fact, he smells kind of funny too.
Yeah, I smell
and-
kind of rancid.
In this case, it's a 2-die difficulty, unless you want to open a can of whoop ass.
Yes.
It's 3-die difficulty.
Oh,
you
death
got-
check.
All right, you did not hit him. However, you did earn a nice little juicy death check.
First death check.
Yep.
Good job.
You can roll 2d6, add 1 to it. Tell me if you got over a 13.
Nope.
Because I'll totally let you have that if you say you got over a 13 on the first one.
No, I had a 9.
All right.
That would be
So,
good.
thwack and a miss. All right, average.
I'm going to take my sticky cheese and try to appease the wizard. So I will poof
Ah.
and end up right here.
All right. So you poof. I believe you have to make a 3-die ego check to not take a death check because of your pointy hat.
That's correct.
Much smaller?
Sure. Actually, do you mind if I roll some of
The kobold ones?
Kobolds.
There you go.
Very cool.
The kobolds are ones, by the way.
Yes, this game is roll small or roll or go
9 is not under my ego.
not under you. Okay.
So,
Death
So you do
check.
enter death check.
Roll again.
Alright, well first off, you poofed into that room.
I win!
You poofed
Kind of.
See what Clay's just done. Clay's just failed his death check. Let's see what happens. Cool, I get to use this death check. Normally we'd roll in some sort of crazy chart and we'd get to see what happens. In this case, I've got a more scientific method. Choose your fate.
The mighty Kobold, Kobold appears. From out of a shadow, be it a dark corner beneath the rock or bottom of the underwear drawer, 3 massive tentacles waggle into your world, pulverizing everything around them.
Oh, hell.
These are the vile appendages of the ancient evil elder god Kobold, who's attempting to rip a hole in the fabric of reality large enough to enter this world. This isn't his lucky day, but he isn't going to give up with a fight. The tentacles remain in this square for 3 turns and will attack anything that moves through this or adjacent squares starting.
Wow!
Way to go. Way to get the football right off the bat.
Hail King Torg say deal with.
He said not
Deal
in,
with wizard and
he
orcs.
said not in usual way.
Listen, we not attack them usual way.
This
Not the
Yes, most.
So you just appear, poof, and then. Why you offering some cheese?
Yes, I'm offering
Can
up cheese.
I see your book, please, Jason?
One book, so.
Do you need the stats for the Kobold?
That's in the Warlock's Apprentice, I think.
Actually, it's right here too.
Oh,
Tentacles
okay.
of Kobold. Here's their stats right here.
Oh.
To best represent the power of Eldritch damage is the. Wow. Okay. So they're there, and they're gonna last what? 3 rounds? Is it?
3 rounds.
All right. We're going to attack anything that's in this square. We'll say in this room.
Maybe we eat food
wow.
instead.
Okay. So on my turn, I'll attack you guys with some tentacles.
Tentacle brain.
Tentacle. Why not?
You should make one purple.
I don't have. We got green.
Oh.
Tentacle. We'll just say there's tentacles. What kind of green are tentacly?
Yes.
Tentacles. Tentacles. Alright. Tentacles. Yeah, okay. On that note, we'll go over to we'll drop over here to Gorp. Gorp, what do you want to do?
Gorpsy food. Gorp eat shrimp.
So you're gonna try to eat the shrimp?
No! I'm cooking shrimp! You wait till Pobo is ready!
Gorp eat shrimp.
Poboys! No! Wait!
Sounds like there's gonna be a bit of a contest here.
Bully.
Gorp bully to eat shrimp.
You're so you're basically gonna bully.
Can I bully him back? How does it work? I have bully too.
It's not your turn.
Well, he's gonna make a bully attempt. He's gonna have to actually try to get under your. In this case, we'll say your bronze or your his difficulty is either going to be your cunning or your meat. In this case, we'll go with your meat, which is a 3. So his difficulty is going to be a 3. If he does not bully, then I'll let you try to bully him back.
Okay.
So your difficulty is a 3.
I'm going to bark like kobolds. This is a 2-die test or how many dice?
Well, right now it's
You're
a 3
gonna bark
die.
like a
3 die.
kobold.
Yeah, sure.
Alright, it's a 2-die difficulty now.
Roll under a 3.
So you're trying to get under your brawn.
Oh, under my brawn? Done.
Oh, yeah.
6.
Yeah, her number determines your difficulty, but you still got to get under your stat. Alright, now he succeeded, which means he does actually bully you into
Giving him the shrimp.
Giving him the shrimp.
Not the whole shrimp, right? It's big. I can just cut him a piece, right?
Big mouth!
I'll cut a piece of the tail off. Here, eat this. Wait for rest.
I'm taking the big part.
Oh. Okay. Well, he ate the shrimp.
You get to recover some damage.
That's true.
I've taken no damage.
Oh, okay. If you had taken some damage, you would have gotten some hits back.
Cooked shellfish bad for you.
That's
Or
true.
not very smart.
That's true. In fact, I think you should take a death check for putting that out. Yeah. Most kobolds just don't care. Eating things that are probably alive. Okay. Alright.
Rocks.
So now it's my turn. What's in here? We got some orcs who are probably freaking out because there's tentacles from the mighty Kobold in here. In fact, there's the tentacles of the mighty Kobold in here. And to Reese, who's probably freaking out because the mighty tentacles of Kobold in here. Nobody expects the tentacles of Kobold.
And he probably doesn't even notice the cheese.
That's true.
Cheese.
Cheese are the least of the years. Wow. Really? That's silly. Okay. I don't know. Orcs. What can the orcs do against the mighty Kobold tentacle? Alright. The orcs try to attack the tentacles, because that's what orcs do. The tentacles are going to try to attack the orcs. The tentacles have to hit the tentacles. It's a 4-die difficulty.
Wow. Do you want smaller?
Yes, let me get some smaller guys.
There you go. Just to be
That's
safe.
strangely appropriate. Alright. Let's see, the orcs are trying to attack the tentacles. 10. Just gonna roll one more time. Oh, that's horrible. Okay. They're trying to attack tentacles. Things aren't looking too good for them. Let me smack them around with the tentacles. As you do.
Pretzel.
Come here, orcs. Let's see, orcs have... Oh, cool, it's a 2-die difficulty. Huh? I could do that. I'll just blanket roll for the orcs. Yeah, I got under his massive bronze skill. Alright, the tentacles do eldritch damage, which is equal to however many dice I can fit into one fist. Thank you for loaning me the small dice.
Oh, you're welcome. That's a lot of crits. Holy Jesus.
Let's say some orcs are dead.
Some?
Uh-oh. That's a lot of dead orc. That's food!
Don't think Ab took care of Wizard.
Avwin, all thing.
Tabriz goes, ah! And then he goes, poof! And he disappears. He appears right over here, we'll say. Because that's what he does. Then the tentacles are going to attack Average. What's your agility, Average? 2. Oh, we're kind of whoop now. Because that little extra damage is going to mean so much. Alright, I got under his brawn.
Uh-oh.
Let's see how much eldritch damage you take.
Uh-oh.
Oh my god.
This was
How many
bad.
hits do you have? You got a lot of hits. You could survive this. He's probably not going to survive this.
Wow, I came close.
Yeah. It was like 2 points over your... You take eldritch amount of damage. I'd add it all up, but we all know you're dead anyway. Your kobold's dead. So at this point,
Yeah.
apparently you've earned a clap. Your kobold's dead. We kind of... I pause for a second, and you get to stand up and deliver kobold soliloquy. And then they all vote whether or not they want to allow you to continue playing with them or not.
Oh, really?
Which they probably will.
7.
No, you'll have to make a new kobold. But
Oh, okay.
this kobold's dead. There's no...
We might just tell you.
Av, in his most mystical way, brought honor to all kobolds by bringing in the tentacles of destruction and laying waste to all orcs and big white meat people. Unfortunately, it was not a baby or a group of babies. Then it would have been even better. But he died bringing much meat to the table.
Now, what do you guys think? You got to give a thumbs up or a thumbs down. Looks like everybody really liked your kobold soliloquy. You can now erase your kobold sheet and make a brand new kobold.
Thank you.
This is only the first step.
The first of many.
Death
Okay.
number one.
That one a way to go right off the bat. Mighty tentacles of Kobold. Alright, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to stop this for a little bit. We'll take just a little quick break. Let you guys reflect.
Reflect.
On what you've done, totally dear.
He wants your baby. Do you think it's crazy to save your own skin, to throw the towel in and say, all hail King Torg, all hail King Torg?
Alright, so we're back after a very short cake break.
Woo!
When we last... Yay, cake! So when we last left off, the kobolds had been charged with by King Torg to go take care of Tabriz Black and his 7 orcs. A couple of kobolds went in there, found out what Tabriz wanted. He basically wanted food for him and his orcs. There was a bit of scuffle in the kitchen where they were fighting a dire shrimp, and then one of the kobolds, Average, used a spell to poof into the cave area where Tabriz was, which inadvertently summoned the mighty Kobold, whose mighty tentacles did eldritch damage and ripped apart all the orcs and Average, and Tabriz poofed out into another part of the cave. Clay has made a new character. This character is better than Average. And yeah, let's see what happens from there. That was a good little summary.
Let's recap.
Let's recap. We'll just assume that... Wait, what's your extraneous now? Is it a
5?
It's a 5, okay. And Jason's is 5. And you both have the same number of meat, but Jason's reflexes is higher, so I'll say Jason now. Boom! You're gonna go on 5 now.
Gorg, move up in world.
All you had to do to move up in the world was, well, you didn't have to really do anything.
Just wait.
Just wait.
All you had to do was wait.
Gorg good at do nothing.
Kobolds had to die for you to get to.
How many kobolds had to die for that? Sorry.
Only one, really. So kind of like that. Alright, so that's where we are. So we start with the kobold whose name I can't remember. It's a
Mac. Oh, Knack.
Knack.
Sorry, Knack.
Oh, 2 more rounds, right?
Oh.
Yeah.
Gone?
Well, let's just say it's gone.
Okay.
Just for
For simplicity.
for simplicity's sake.
Okay.
He had this one. He's fine.
He's like, oh, nothing left? Okay.
Where'd everybody go? Blah, 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 blah.
Huh?
I'm going back to sleep.
Knack decides to head out to the hallway because, of course, Knack doesn't know that everything is dead. And I guess Knack runs into the mighty wizard. So, and the wizard has wizard legs.
That's true.
And I am in heat.
But he's human too, so.
Human is part of it too.
That's part of it.
I know.
Yeah, so that's even better.
Okay, so how do I roll this?
Alright, this is Tabriz. He's kind of a cool wizard guy, and you've read a lot about wizards. Heck, you're like...
I'm the non-canon kobold.
Let's try it. So you're
I would be just like...
You're all about that whole wizard magic stuff.
Can I please hump your leg?
I think you've talked your way into a 4-die difficulty check.
Touch you.
I don't know. Should I bark again? Bark with the
Only
kobolds?
on camera.
4-die difficulty. What am I running? What am I going against?
I believe you're going against your...
Extraneous.
Your ego.
Your ego is 10. Okay, let's try another bark.
You gotta outdo Jason's part.
Oh, that won't be hard.
Oh!
And your previous bark.
Sad.
Damn. That's pretty harsh.
I'm trying to figure out, was that a bark or was that a
Gorilla.
At the same
It
time, I
was
think.
great. I thought, yes.
Well, at least Liz
Sure.
worked it, and you know what? Everybody kind of like it. So okay, there you go. I was gonna say that's strangely enough the same noise that you would have made if you had failed.
Yeah, that's sort of where my brain went to. So.
She hasn't rolled yet.
It could still happen.
Okay, so I need to get under a 10, which is bad because I always roll high. Here we go.
You did.
What did
So guess what? You get to make that noise again.
So you go over there and you start going to town on his.
Whatever I can find under his wizard robe.
Who knows what's under Judy's and Black's wizard robe?
Well, I guess this would
You
be
do.
something
You know what's under there.
Oh my.
I'm gonna fight whatever's under his wizard robe. And I can.
Tentacles.
And I will at the same time be saying, "Baby, fuck now, give me chicken."
In a rhythmic pattern, right?
Baby, fuck now, give me chicken. Baby, fuck now, give me chicken.
That was truly awesome.
I will actually say that was better than the second.
In fact, that was so good, I'm going to give everybody else a death check.
I'm so proud.
Everybody else.
Do we roll?
Yep, it's always 2 dice.
I think my character may end up being a halfling.
Awesome. Not dead.
Not dead.
Not dead.
Anybody dead? Nope. No deads. That's good.
It's okay. There's still plenty of game to go. Okay,
Oh, yeah.
so. Wow.
You just got it on.
Beanie.
You okay there, sweetie? Do I need to buy you dinner now?
You gotta invite me along.
Oh, baby. We'll make it a threesome. I got a credit card. Shit.
Which coincidentally brings us to Beanie.
So I hear all this commotion going on down in the hallway.
You don't want to see what's going on.
So I watch.
You're chicken.
And I'm entertained.
Are you not entertained?
Wait, weren't you carrying food?
No,
Something? No, you
no.
didn't have any food?
I had a heavy club and some rope. And I'm crazy.
That's for next round.
Oh, God.
Whenever that's done, I'll go back. So, I guess that's what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Wizard wants sandwich now.
Wizard wants cigarette and now.
All right. So, Bubba, what is Bubba doing?
Bubba is looking dejectedly at this small piece of shrimp that she has left.
This small piece of.
This is not enough to make po' boys for an entire gang of orcs and a crazy wizard. So you ate my shrimp. You helped me get more food. I drag you over in front of the cold larder door. Get ready. and I open the door. I pull out something else for us to eat.
Get ready.
Get ready.
Assume the catching position.
No,
What's this what's going
No one said Mac was a girl.
It probably didn't even matter.
Mac's gonna walk away pregnant with a halfling dog anyhow.
One way or another.
One way or another.
Hey.
Alright. Speaking of naked with a halfling child. Roll a d6, see what comes out of the code. 2.
A halfling.
It's a halfling.
That's a quarterling. Is what they have in Kobold.
Yes, it's quarterling.
Fuzzling.
You find a live chicken. I'm not a chicken. A turkey.
Chicken?
A live turkey.
Oh, turkeys are bigger, so that's okay.
It goes, and it apparently is.
Turkey looks like chicken.
It's turkey. It's alive and it's very cold. It's cold turkey. So it's kind of got the shakes. It's cold turkey. You pull the cold turkey out. It's alive.
Can I get some?
Do I attack it now or next round?
You can attack it now if you want.
Yeah, I'm gonna stab it with my kitchen knife.
All right. That's a
Prepare for
turkey.
cooking.
Cool. Turkey is apparently easier to hit than jumbo shrimp. It's a 1-die difficulty.
Yay.
You could choose to. No.
Oh, well, I guess I should have, but too late now, I rolled.
You
So,
don't have to.
yes, I hit it. 2
Right.
damage.
2 damage
turkey.
to a turkey. Does turkey have anything going for it? It does not. It's dead.
Okay, cool.
You got dead turkey. You also gain a victory point.
Yay.
Yay.
Mine, not sharing.
I wonder about getting a victory point for taking down a wizard. Down on a wizard. Thank you. I was totally gonna do it.
That's what I do. If I'm not playing, I'm usually cleaning up or getting things.
You're so nice.
And that was all on tape. Alright, Spot. What do you want to do, Spot? She pulled out a turkey from the fridge and killed it and then ta-da. That seems pretty cool.
That is pretty badass.
The last thing you remember was you have short attention span. You might not remember attacking him.
I'm probably still facing him.
Probably.
Yeah. With a giant axe.
Yeah.
And I'm kind of bleeding. So.
Maybe low.
Eat some turkey.
We have to cook it first.
We can pull stuff out, they can kill it, they keep eating it. That'd be pretty fun.
Yeah, but she's gonna keep gaining victory points.
That's true.
I pulled turkey out of fridge.
You want to pull something out of the fridge. All right, roll d6. It might not be a turkey.
4.
You pulled out a 4. You pulled out a cup of milk. It's not quite turkey.
Can I drink it?
Sure.
I drink it.
You drink it. You gain a hit back.
Yay!
Delicious. Fortunately, your character is not lactose intolerant, so everyone's thankful for that. Well,
Do you
cool.
guys have do y'all have a Wi-Fi password or?
Oh
wait, you're recording. Someone write down your Wi-Fi password.
Or just hand it to Ruby and let her.
I'll do it.
Here's your.
And it's Belkin Duodity.
No.
It's
Lord Wellington's
Beef
beef
trapeze.
trapeze guest.
Just hand it to her and she can type in the password for you.
Okay.
Off camera.
Let's see. Oh no, there is an open one. Guest. Got it.
Guest is the
Thanks.
one. Well, it's gonna ask for password too.
Oh, okay. It's not.
In
In theory, it's supposed to.
Let's see if I can download what I was doing.
Anyways,
Anyway.
Sorry.
So you drank some milk. That's pretty cool. Do you want to do anything else?
In theory, it's supposed to ask.
I tried to pull something else out of the fridge.
Sure, why not? Roll a d6. Worked the first time. Maybe you can get some more milk. You get some more milk.
Yeah, drink it.
All right, get another hit back. All right. So she apparently is.
Chugging
Spot
some
is
milk.
apparently binge drinking some milk from the fridge.
Oh, what the heck's on?
Speaking of binge drinking milk, Gorp, what do you want to do?
Scorpion noise.
Yes.
Gorp defend kobolds.
Don't worry about it.
Oh.
All right.
Obviously,
What is Gorp
I'm gonna
doing?
have to restart my phone.
Gorp have large bone.
Glorp shark.
I'm almost afraid to ask this.
What are you
What is
doing
Gorp doing
with
with his large phone?
Wizard out of cave.
Okay. Are you trying to attack the wizard? Okay.
While in coitus?
Well, the wizard.
Here's what's happening here. I don't think anyone had that talk with him.
They're making really horrible noises.
Yeah. He might be
Gorp leave kobolds alone.
All right. It's got to be a 1-die difficulty to hit the wizard.
I don't know, I'm already his
Open up a can.
It will be a 2-die difficulty if you want to hit the wizard and avoid hitting your fellow kobold.
Still open up the can.
Just open up the can. I'm not.
Okay, so you just want to hit the wizard and open up a can, all right? All right, 2-die difficulty.
Gorp not very bright.
Gorp getting in the way of Knack getting booty.
Under brawn.
How much damage does Debris take?
That would be 6.
Wow.
3 from my meat and 3 from my large bone.
Everybody hitting Gorp today.
You know what? Like a joke that's built into itself.
Thank you. I'll be here all night.
This version of Debris, like every other version of Debris, apparently does not wear armor. Yes, you have boned Debris to death.
With help.
Between the two of you.
Here's the thing, Debris is worth 10 victory points.
Oh my god.
Champion.
For whatever reason.
Hey, Gorp!
You can do whatever you want to with this 10 victory points.
Yeah.
Gorp
Share some
split
of that.
victory points evenly.
Yeah! I'm just really
You're like,
happy.
which means 8 for me and 2 for you.
We split 50-50. Me get 9, you get 1.
Wow. Yeah. Better than average.
Is oh god, please tell me that Knack isn't now trying to ride a dead wizard.
Still in the process.
We'll find out.
Actually,
You just got kicked out of the thing. Hey. Uh-huh. Oh no.
Oh.
I am spelling.
Ah! You're casting...
Count Rhinan's Vampsification
Alright.
to move around there.
Alright, so what's the component for vampsification? Alright, you gotta keep your arms crossed.
Here, let it stick to your arm. There you go.
Okay, so it lasts what? It lasts for
And
7 rounds, you're invisible,
that
or...
matched my ego.
Oh, cool. Well, then you're good to go. You do not get an additional death check.
Awesome.
Or a death check for casting as well. Alright. So,
But he has to
and
keep his
with-
arms crossed as long as he wants to be invisible.
Well, and now that I'm past everybody, now I'm no longer invisible.
what?
And I will start looking around at this
Massive
smorgasbord in the room.
Those bunch of dead orcs, they look like they've all been ripped apart. They look like they've all been tentacled to death.
Oh my.
You can interpret that however you want.
I think we know how that's gonna go.
I've seen it.
There's food scraps everywhere, bits and pieces of bread and scones and things like that. Did I mention the dead orcs? Because they're there. The orcs each had some sort of, I don't know, probably a weapon on them of some sort. A sword. They each had swords on them.
what is the sword stuff? How much damage?
Just 3 damage.
3 damage plus. Okay. Is there a plus on it or?
No.
Okay.
No, it's just a sword. They got a bunch of swords. They're all dead.
There's food on the table, right?
Yeah, there's
I
like,
sit down and eat.
alright, you sit down. There's little scraps of bread and scones and things like that. It's pretty tasty.
Yep.
What
That
the left
and
is
sop
pretty
it
tasty.
up a little, sop up a little
Orc
bit of
blood.
orc blood.
Pork blood. What's the delicacy in that? Like no region whatsoever. Alright, Alright, well that's pretty cool. Let's see what is going on. This turkey's dead, isn't it?
Yes, and I'm going to cook it as soon as people stop
Taking
taking
away
away the
from
things that I'm
Let's see.
cooking.
Well, my turn. Turkey's dead, so it's not going to do anything.
That's good to know.
Tabriz is
Dead.
dead. Probably good for him.
He's probably happy about that.
Alright, so
We're
we'll
not happy.
we'll go back to
Oh dear.
Nick. You could give me a 2-die ego check. It would have been 3, but it's 2 because he's dead.
8.
Which sounds really weird now that I say it. Yes, you kind of come to your senses. You can interpret that however you want. Realize that it's no fun anymore because he's dead.
Okay.
Well, I
So
don't get that quarterly you wanted.
I know I want to. Yeah.
Oh.
Sad face.
Well, biologically speaking, when he died,
That's too much thinking.
Can I finish the thought at least?
Sure.
Biologically speaking, if he just died, the chances are well, number one, he will keep his erection. And number 2, he will probably ejaculate.
You're getting all this right? This one for Kobolds Ate My Baby.
That's right. Kobolds Ate My Baby just went somewhere very dark.
What you did for a living.
Wow.
Otherwise, I'd be asking you how you
Alright, that's totally worth the
No,
day.
I'm just saying. Okay, when she explained what she did for a living, that wasn't recorded, so that.
Sex education.
Okay,
It's just 2 dice.
just 2 dice.
That's what they're calling it.
And so it has to be under.
That plus your death check total has to be below 13.
13 or lower.
Or else something happens.
Yes! Okay. I'm good.
Alright. Wow.
No more tentacles.
Now, I almost don't want to ask this, but what are you doing?
Making sandwiches.
I'm
Not your turn.
No, I haven't.
You.
What's she doing?
Still your turn.
You're like, I don't care what's going on. You start making
Yeah.
Get the hell out of here.
you started killing my dude.
Corp save kobolds from wizard.
Kobold was getting laid, not attacked.
Durr.
Make more kobolds. When one kobold and one leg love each other very
Corp champion.
Attack Gorp!
Alright, so you're going to attack Gorp.
Okay.
This agility is a 2, so it's a 2-die difficulty. Now, if you want, you can open up a can of whip-ass to increase it to a 3-die difficulty, and you can always decrease that number of dice by barking like a kobold. Now, I do want to point out that so far you have barked like a kobold more than anybody else has at the table.
That last bark was not terribly impressive.
It wasn't great.
So you got that going for you.
Yeah. So I need to get under what?
Your brawn.
Oh, under 8?
I can do that. Do you want to open up a can of whip-ass? It's 3 dice.
There's no way. I'm gonna take this guy down. I've got a club. I've got some rope. 8.
Alright.
Equal.
You succeed.
You succeeded. How much damage does he take?
2 damage from the heavy club.
Alright, 2 damage. He says.
Durr.
You killed baby daddy.
You killed baby daddy.
What? You only hit Corp's head.
Sorry, baby.
Beanie, what do you want to do?
Oh, Well, I don't want to go back out in the hallway.
Why not? Just because it's too weird out there?
I think I want to eat that turkey. It looks really yummy.
Now, more than likely, Bubba doesn't want you to eat the turkey.
No, give me turkey.
No.
All right, bully. I'm gonna bully Bubba to give me the turkey. Give me turkey.
Like, no, give me turkey.
Yes. Share.
It's a 3-die difficulty,
Okay.
which you can always make easier on yourself if you.
By doing.
Bark like a kobold.
Bye. You can do it. Come on.
Like
All
I'm
right,
tired
go
of people
bark.
bullying.
Sure. All right. Give me turkey.
Yeah.
Turkey.
So I eat the turkey.
We're gonna eat turkey. Are you down any hits?
No.
Okay.
Just smelling it.
Well, fortunately, the turkey was dead. Unfortunately, turkeys have the one thing turkeys have going for them. They have a bogey called trichinosis. Evolution at its best. Evolution at its best. After eating a turkey, you fall asleep for 3 rounds.
Oh, tryptophan.
It's just trichinosis. Right?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
They're kobolds.
Okay.
They don't know what it
I
is.
will lay down in the corner by the fridge and go to sleep. I'm very happy.
Turkey was very, very, very.
Bad things happen to sleeping kobolds.
Especially with someone in heat around.
I wasn't even going there. I was just referring to fatal.
Okay, Bubba.
Well, I'm fairly foul smelling, so I don't know if that will work to my advantage.
So Bubba.
Someone else.
This kobold did take your turkey and then eat it, but then fell asleep right there in front of you. However,
I
the kobold
know.
does smell pretty.
You have a
foul.
kitchen knife.
And a whole kitchen full of other stuff.
Open up that can. Open up that can.
Bring it. Bring it.
I'm pretty
Second
mad
person
at
to steal
you.
your food.
I know. I just can't take this anymore.
Sleeping kobold. No struggle.
Yeah. I'm gonna take my knife and cut a not nice picture on your face. Because it doesn't do a lot of damage. I just want you to be sorry.
I'm asleep, so.
All right.
But you'll eventually wake up, and then it will hurt.
So you're shaving the kobold.
She's
No, I think she's always balls on my forehead or something.
she's like, yeah,
Is that what the kids are calling it these days?
shaving the kobold. Okay.
Oh, that's
All
terrible.
right. I'll say you.
Yeah, you're gonna be thinking about it.
I will say you will take
I
2
really
points of
hope I
damage
know.
because
Okay. Does that
it will.
go to my armor first?
Yes, it'll body
Alright, so
armor
you
first.
you carve up my hoodie.
With vengeance.
Carved up my hoodie with a vengeance. Okay.
I'm still asleep.
I'm gonna kick you
Yeah.
just because.
And then she kicks you. Stupid kobold.
Roll it. More damage.
Nah, okay.
Oh.
For now. Spot. What do you want to do? You want to get more milk out of the fridge? That's the first time I've ever seen anybody get the cheese out of the
Out of the cupboard.
What happened
People
to
don't go for
that?
the cupboard. They go, ooh, there's a lot of cool stuff in
What
there.
happened to that cheese?
Come attack Gerb with.
I think Kobold might have eaten the cheese. Or better than average is eating the cheese right now.
Yeah, he probably is.
What does Spot do? See Spot.
More turkey?
Maybe. There's none in the room currently, but there might be some in that fridge.
Out in the fridge.
All right, roll d6.
6.
6. Awesome. You find a dire shrimp. It says.
Attack!
All right.
She replies.
It's a 2-die difficulty. If you want to open up a can of wolf
Yes.
it's a 3-die difficulty.
Yes. Cannibal bash.
Oh.
Horrible death check.
Well, the good thing
Death
is
check.
you earned a horrible death check. Everybody goes hurrah.
That's right.
To King Torg.
Oh,
King Torg.
Okay, we had another one of those in a while. Oh! Yeah.
4, 12.
12.
12.
Yay!
Oh, better luck.
That's close.
Hey, I'm the only one that succeeded in
These are the most long-lived.
I know.
When she get another
We'll fix that. We'll fix that. I want to at least get through this round before I give them a death check. But I'm not going to tell them that yet. Gorp, what do you want to do?
Gorp, mighty champion of all kobolds! Mighty King Torg! All hail King Torg! Gorp, kill wizard! Wizard gone!
You ran away from a fight to do that.
Oh.
No, fight was over.
Does it count if you
Not with
forgot?
her.
Not with fighting?
Oh.
Does it count? But does it count as cowardice
Yeah.
if you forgot that you were fighting?
That would be cowardice. I'm sorry.
It's just stupidity.
We'll go with that one.
I don't really think that was coward. I think that really was stupidity. However, you did run over to King Torg.
All hail King Torg!
And you said, "Oh, I've killed the wizard. He is gone now." King Torg.
All hail King Torg!
He says, "You did what?"
Gorp, kill wizard!
If you killed the wizard, you must be a mighty strong champion.
Gorp, champion of kobolds!
He says, "Yes, I see this now. Come here. I must bestow words of wisdom upon you." He's licking his. Now listen very carefully. And then he devours. As he slips you down, he says, "And now that I have devoured you, I am even more of a champion."
Gorp,
You're dead.
Gorp was a mighty stupid kobold. He had no idea what was going on at any point and was a danger to us all. We are probably safer with him gone. But God, did he smell bad.
Like the butt. God, did he smell it. All right.
Did you want to?
Sure. Well, I will take another kit. I will leave the veteran kobold kit now for someone else.
Well, let's see what happens before you start
Uh-oh.
diving.
Oh yeah, because I got one more
Time to
round.
get to
don't I?
making another kobold.
I got one last action.
All right. Yeah, better than average. What do you want to do? You're eating a delicious piece of cheese.
I hear the commotion in the kitchen.
Mhm.
I smell that sea salty smell. And come running in. Sea salt.
Sea salt!
Sea salt, and I will open the can.
On
Whoop ass.
Oh, on the shrimp.
The shrimp.
He's like, I'm what? He's dead. Okay. That's too high difficulty. Shrimps is tough.
Oh boy, this better be a 1. It's
Horrible death check.
Did you fail?
I did,
Ew.
Well, let's see. Let's see how bad you failed.
but I did not.
But you did not fail.
no.
Yay.
Alright. Alright. Yeah, it's my turn. The first thing that's going to happen is let's see what the shrimp does. Does anybody actually hit the shrimp yet?
No.
No.
Okay.
But
But,
I'm
you
probably-
pulled it out of the fridge.
No, I did.
No, you didn't pull it out of the fridge. So it should probably attack you. What is your agility?
2.
2. So 2 die difficulty. I missed. Alright. Shrimps are apparently not very strong. And then secret door opens up and King Torg steps out.
King Torg. Wait, I'm dead. Why did I say that?
Because you've been conditioned by the game.
I
Kobold.
have been conditioned. It is really hard not to say it.
She's not even
honestly.
playing the game.
She finds it difficult not to say it even when it's just text, written on
Yes.
Facebook.
Yeah,
I-
that's true.
That was funny though.
Alright. Wow, okay. So, King Torg has stepped out.
Wow, that was like.
I'll take a death check. I missed that one.
Okay. I'll let you do it.
No, that's a 5.
Okay.
Plus 12. Or plus 5 is 12.
He says, I understand that the mighty Tabriz the Black has been taken care of, been dealt with.
Wait, what? I haven't finished my sandwiches yet. What did we give him to eat?
He's like, he goes, you're making sandwiches?
Well, I will if people quit killing my meats and eating them.
I command you all to stop killing Bubba's meats
and eating them.
So that Bubba can make me a delicious sandwich. Sandwich.
All hail King Torg.
All hail
King Torg.
He says, yes, all hail. He says, he goes, I'm going to go relax on my throne for a bit. And he waddles on out of there.
There's some good tasty stuff in there.
Ah, excellent. And then, wow. He sees you over there doing whatever it is you're doing. With the dead Tabriz.
Stop doing anything anymore.
She's just...
You're so sad about that. Dead panda.
Gosh. And I think I should give each of you living kobolds a death check, just because.
Oh boy.
Jason's like, oh yeah, I didn't get one.
How about that? I survived.
How about that?
I did not.
Uh-oh.
So who failed their checks?
You're sure.
Did both of you or just?
No, I got 12. It was close.
I got
13.
15.
Alright. Choose your fate.
And the fate of everybody else.
Cleanliness is next to deliciousness. In a misguided effort to clear some of the tangles out of your matted, ratty fur. Oh my god. You pour baby oil all over yourself and begin to comb the mess out. It takes a while, lose your next turn, and wait for it, it's coming. But you eventually end up looking fairly dapper. Of course we all know where kobolds get baby oil from, right? For the remainder of the game, you smell like baby. All kobolds and critters within your square and all adjacent squares instantly recognize you as foodstuffs. If for some reason a kobold wants to resist the urge to devour you, it will take a 4-dice ego roll minus hungry kobold instantly fail this roll. So I didn't die.
King Torg is right there.
Right there. So I basically got like 1
Second
to
Hi, how you doing? It's nice in here.
Well,
sup.
wow. Well, given the nature of the way things are going right now, I think it's safe to assume that this is probably a good place to end this particular adventure. But here's how it is. King Torg comes out into
King Torg.
He's already pretty hungry. And he sees you lather yourself up a baby up. And he goes, ah, delicious pre-sandwich snack. And he goes over to you and asks you, oh, what happened here? And before you can tell him, he... And then he boldly declares to all of you, after my sandwich, we will all go on a quest. Why not? I seem to have a treasure map right here or something.
I have a ring that can show me how to read it.
He's walking. He's got these with nice new robes on. He's like picking his teeth with them. So pack up your things. Come on. He tries to clap his hands, but of course he can't because he's so big. We must journey forth to the very lonely mountain, and I'm sure it'll be all sorts of delicious once we get there. And that's where we end the adventure. Ta-da!
Yay! Recap.
I think we all know what happened.
So to recap, I have no idea what the hell just happened.
This concludes the R-rated portion.
So that was Kobolds Ate My Baby. As you can see, the second half of it turned really weird. But yes, it's a really fun game. It's my ninth level games. Boom. Sorry, I'm still reeling from that.
They may want to distance themselves from this play.
Kobolds Ate My Baby in color. You can get it off of Drive-Thru-RPG. You can also get this adventure, the Kobold, off of Drive-Thru-RPG. It's actually for a very, very low price. Ta-da! I have no snappy. Or do I?
Or do I?
Grab a poker, stoke the fire, get the water nice and hot. Cut the onions and potatoes, throw them all into the pot. But it seems like something's missing in this bubbling vat of gravy from the village square. A woman screams, "Kobolds